Hey everyone, John Hartley. I did a video the other day on my Washington Quarters album, and every time I make a video, Maxwell walks over there where you can see him just in the corner of the screen. I don't know if he knows he's on camera, but it seems like every video my dog walks over there. He gets nervous because I'm talking to myself. But anyway, I talked about my Washington Quarters album, and that because I'm what I don't even know if it's a word, but I call myself a completist. I mentioned that I had to start all the other Washington Quarters albums. And after watching the video, it made me think that I kind of left a hole, because I said I broke open mint sets to fill these albums. Well, of course, when you break open mint sets, you have several other coins that you have to do something with. So that's what this video is going to be about, and a summary of my collecting in general. After I retired, I got more serious. I retired in 2010, October of 2010, from 27 years as a law enforcement officer. I started becoming more involved in my coin collection, and that's when I started the first album, the first hard album. I did a few albums before that, but they weren't, Susan B. Anthony, Eisenhower, and I have a American Eagle album. But the first large undertaking was this Kennedy album, and I didn't break open mint sets to do this one. These are almost all purchased on eBay. I did find a good website where the guy will cut up the old mint sets that are in cellophane. He'll leave them in the cellophane, but cut them and separate them. And that way I could get these Kennedys that were still in mint sets, but not buying them without having to break open others. So I did that, and each one of my albums is proof and contains the silver proof. After 1992. So after I finished this, this album ended in 2012, but that's when I decided to do the Washington Quarter album, and I started doing the main Washington Quarter album, and then I started all the extra ones. Well, when I started these is when I really started breaking open complete mint sets. And the new mint sets, of course, is different from the cellophane. An uncirculated set, you can still cut them apart and buy them separately. But I was buying them each year's issue directly from the mint. The uncirculated set, the proof set, and so that I didn't waste, I would buy the quarters, silver proof quarters set, just the quarters issue. And then I would go to that website I was mentioning a minute ago and buy a silver $50 and a silver dime. Otherwise, you're wasting money because you already have the proof penny and the proof nickel. So that's when I had to start buying all the other albums. And I'll go through these real quick, but when you bought the cement sets, all of a sudden you had to do something with all the presidential dollars, so I bought these albums. This is the second one of the set. Jimmy Carter didn't die, so he didn't get a coin, but the book was already there for him, as well as getting ready for Bush #1 and Bill Clinton and Bush #2. They were included in the album in case they passed away. The first presidential album's over there to save time. And then the Kennedy album ended in 2012, so I had to buy this new Kennedy album. And they've yet, as Dansko is very slow on doing things, they'll eventually update this page to have dates on it, but they've yet to do it. So then, when I looked at the Roosevelt Dimes album, because dimes are so small, so many more can fit on a page, that there's only one album from the start of the Roosevelt Dimes in 1946 all the way to today. So that meant I had to do a whole nother album completely. So don't get me wrong, I enjoyed doing it, but by starting the Washington Quarters, I opened up a can of worms where I was buying coins aside from the ones that were in mint sets. I was buying, all the dimes all the way back from the 1940s. And this album is complete. This is the coin company that I bought the cut up mint sets, and he's also the same guy where I get my coin supplies, flips and such. He's a good guy, and he ships quickly. Doesn't have a lot of older collectible coins that are in really nice shape, but when you're buying something to fill albums, newer albums, he does good. So in continuing with that, I had to buy the Jefferson Nichols album that started in 2006, and for all the nickels that I had busted open. And once again, Dansko is yet to update this page. I'm sure they will within the next several years. That's sarcasm. So I had to complete that, I had to go back and start on the original Jefferson Nichols album. Jefferson Nichols, of course, started in 1938. And mind you, the whole time, as you can see, every nickel that I put, or every coin that I put in any of these albums, whether they came out of mint sets or not, are all uncirculated, the best I could find. Some of them, I don't open these albums sometimes once a year. When I get this year's mint set in, I'll open them up and I'll get surprised because some of these nickels are toning very pretty. These golden tones, if the camera picks it up right, but those two right there and that one have some very nice toning going on. But once I got once I got going and figured out how to do it, wasn't that hard. And the Jefferson Nickel album stopped in 2005, and I forget why, but I guess they had too many pages. So that's when the new one I just showed you came out in 2006. Well, I don't like empty holes, so I just went ahead, and they weren't, new nickels aren't expensive. So I just filled the holes. These are all, it just continues on 2006, 2007, all the way. Even though there's no dates on the nickels, I don't like empty holes. So, and, some of them, just like I've seen, if you want to, go back and look at my Franklin album video and the last video I did on the Washington quarters, and it'll explain more of this. You can go right now if you want to. I will wait right here for you. Okay, he's back. And I know not too many people collect brand new cents, but because I was breaking over those open mint sets, I had all these nice, pretty coins. So why not buy a $20 album and put them in there? Maybe my great-great-grandchildren will still have these, and I doubt it. I'm 55 and I don't have any children, but maybe my niece's great-great-grandchildren will have these, and they'll be worth something in 100 years, in this good condition. I always put the packaging in the back of one of the albums so that future people will know that that's where I got the coins from, are from the mint sets. And then I decided, well, since I have the Lincoln Shield cents, that I would do the Lincoln Memorial cents. And again, with the Lincoln Memorial, I decided not only uncirculated, but uncirculated red. No brown coins in my album. And this wasn't too difficult a set to put together. It was relatively easy. A lot of them came out of mint sets, and a lot of them came from that coin company I just showed you, where he cuts apart cellophane or cuts apart the new uncirculated mint sets. You know how they come. And again, I don't like empty holes. This stopped in 2009 with the special anniversary Lincoln sets. But when the Shield cents started, I got the new album, but I hate empty holes once again, so I just kept on going as if the album was up to date. So that is my albums. I have a couple of more albums that I haven't shown you, but I will shortly. One of them is the American Eagle, Silver Eagle album. It's just the bullion coins. I wouldn't put a proof coin like the American Eagle in an album. So it's just from 1986 to present. So when I get the first 2018 mint sets, I will show you that. Or not mint sets, bullion American Eagle coins for 2018. I'll show you that album. One thing I want to mention before I go is that eBay is starting to clamp down on our community's giveaways. Some people say it's like it's an illegal lottery. Well, it's far from a lottery. And as a retired law enforcement officer, though it technically may be a crime, it is a victimless crime. It doesn't hurt anyone, except maybe the feelings of people who think they're going to win every one of them. And it kind of irritated me that they would do that. One of the reasons that people do contests is to build subscribers, and they could be looked upon as doing that because the more subscribers they get, then the YouTube monetary part, they would make more money. Well, a lot of us on here, like me, I don't even understand how you make money on YouTube. I saw it when I started my channel, but I didn't go deep into it. I don't care to make money. I just do this for the fun and watching y'all's videos and showing off my stuff. So I've decided that I would, and y'all let me know if you think it's a good idea, that every time I do a video, I would do a shout out just so I could point out to people who watch my videos to go watch somebody else's videos. And if enough of us do it, then, without giving away gifts or anything, you can shout out and people might get a few subscribers from that. So two of the people that I saw that were affected by eBay's new rules, I guess they're old rules, but apparently they're just starting to enforce them. Two of the people that I saw that were affected were April Gabriel and Laura Blade. If you are not subscribers to their channels, please, I'll put the link below. Please go subscribe to their pages. I think you'll enjoy their pages. I've just recently become a subscriber to April's page, and I'm enjoying her content. And if you don't know Laura Blade, she's one of the most generous people in our community, and she's always got something that she's opening up. So it's just my feeling of how we can get around without breaking any of YouTube's rules or any laws that I might not know about. Just throw a shout out every time you do a video to somebody that you just met or somebody that you think would be a good addition to our community. So, with all that being said, until next time, I am 1040.